Every mom sees back to school as that chance to get back on track, get back to a routine. We celebrate that. But before all of the lessons and the practices and the daily demands come crashing down on the family calendar, how do you know what events are priority and which maybe need to be cut? My next guest has a plan of attack for all parents. Parenting contributor Heather Johnson is here with what to keep, control, and maybe cross off your kids' calendar. Week one for many moms out there, and we do crave that routine. We're still celebrating it, but I know a lot of my girlfriends have said they're starting to feel that pressure of the run and gun routine. It sets in quick.
Absolutely, and it's interesting because we have this feeling that our kids, again, are better if their calendars are more full.
If they're busy.
If they're busy, and it's the same feeling we get, right? It's like, okay, celebrate the woman who's got just a packed life and sometimes or somehow manages it all. Plus, we want our kids to have lots of experiences.
Sure.
And that's a genuine desire that we have as parents. We just want them to. So we got to really take a good look at what their calendar looks like and decide what we keep, and like you said, what we need to have our hands in, and when we're done today too, what it is we're going to weed out.
We're going to get rid down in such a doable, approachable way. I think moms everywhere will be heel clicking at the end of this conversation. What to keep? Topping your list, keep the playtime, moms.
Yes. So this is one of the first things we get rid of. We put in extracurricular activities and all of a sudden out goes playtime. So we are going to keep playtime. We are going to keep downtime, which is the time that is not structured, right? That's away from the school. And here's what's really funny. As adults, we have so much research. Years and years that show we need recreational activities as adults and we need downtime, we need rest. And yet we forget that our kids, they're kind of just short adults and they need all of that. They need the same things we need. So playtime stays, downtime stays. Family time stays on the calendar. We keep it. If it's not happening every day, schedule it. Write it there.
Every day.
Every day. Find ways to connect as a family. The other thing that we are going to keep no matter what is we are going to keep the activities that our kids love. We're going to keep the things that they're excited about. And one of the reasons, or two, that this is so important is first, if our kids are genuinely excited up front, they've bought in. Hey, let's run with that. They don't always buy in, so let's run with where their excitement is. The other thing is when you have a kid who's coming to you and saying, I really want to try this. Mom, can I do this? Our 10-year-old, Mom, can I take dance? Mom, can I take dance? Mom, can I take dance? When I help her facilitate that, she feels understood. She goes, my mom gets me. This was important to me, and so my mom made it important to her, and she kept it in my life.
Caveat, even if they're not good at it.
Especially if they're not good at it.
If they love it. I think that's something that as you get into the 10, 11, 12-year-old years, you start to think, where is this going to take you? And they're not matching up. I'm just speaking frankly and candidly.
It's exactly
right.
right.
If they love it, stick with it.
Absolutely. You keep it on that calendar. Those are the things we celebrate. They're putting energy there. Let's let them keep put energy there, no matter if they're good or bad.
Things we need to control, and I love your kind of visual of keeping your arms around it, keeping tabs. How much academic stress kids are experiencing.
Yes, so we need to be in control of what their academic stress looks like for a couple of reasons. Naturally, their mental and physical health. But we know from research that kids almost 3 times as much report that the reason their lives are stressful is because of the academics, way more than the extracurricular. Those academics stress them out, almost like a 70% to a 28%. I mean, it's a really big gap.
Wow.
And so we need to be in control of the expectations we place on them, of what their workload looks like.
What if we don't control that, though? What if that's a teacher, school responsibility that's being handed down?
Well, we need to be involved in what that looks like. And if our kids are coming home and whatever academics look like is putting them over the edge, we got to be the parents that then take the reins and say, look, we got to look at this a little bit differently. Either space it out, take something out. Maybe I'm putting too much pressure that what they do at school determines if they're good or bad, or if they'll succeed or fail in the future. So we want to have our hands in those things.
We felt your emphatic passion about that daily family time just a couple minutes ago, and you say any activity that infringes on that, we should keep an eye on.
We should control, absolutely. And we want to do the same with any activities that are value-based, right? So we want to keep our hands in activities that control and teach and facilitate values. Our kids aren't going to wake up and go find them, so we do. We also want to then, like you said, make sure that we control activities that take over our family time. If we think and have decided that family dinner is important, then it's our job to make sure the calendar is clear from 6 to 7 to have family dinner. Those are things we control. We have to do that as parents, as mothers, controlling that calendar.
If our kids are feeling defined by what they do, not by who they are, control that as well.
Yes, and this is the space where it's our job at home to make sure that our kids don't feel like they're they're better or worse as a result of what they do or how many things they do. We have to be in control of that. It's my job to make sure that the message in our home has nothing to do with worth tied to success or how many activities you participate in. I got to control that.
Let's get ruthless. What should we cross off, Heather? Tell us.
What do we get rid of?
Yes, what
right?
goes?
So when we're looking to get rid of things, we're going to get rid of any activities that our kids are doing for us. And this is a hard one, right? This is like my dream to play tennis in the Olympics. And so now gosh darn it, have a kid who does, right?
Yes,
That's the other thing. We're going to get rid of any of those things. We're going to get rid of the activities that they're doing for us.
Activities that used to be fun but aren't anymore.
Kids have times and seasons just like we do. And so there will be times and seasons where they're so excited about baseball, and then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, you know what, I experienced it, I felt it, I don't have any friends on the team, can I try something else? Now we get really caught up as parents because we're afraid that once they abandon or walk away from something, that then results in just sedentary and they miss out on opportunities. So it's not so much that you get to quit, it's you need an activity. If it's not baseball, you choose what it is, right? You pick. Because remember, this time for them, they have to have some control over it. So we've got to be cautious in what we cross off and monitor, and at the same time, let them spread their wings and fly.
This last one jumped out to me just this week, seeing some posts on social media from moms who have signed up their 7, their 8-year-olds for dance at 8 o'clock at night. You're saying if it doesn't promote healthy behavior, in other words, sleep or healthy eating patterns, it needs to go.
Cross it off, and that's so big is our kids' health. If your kids aren't getting, and these are older kids, but 8+ hours of sleep a night, the activities need to go. If there's more than 10 hours of extracurricular activities a week, we got way too many.
Yeah.
If they don't have playtime and downtime and family time, we have to take something away. We've got to put them in a situation where they can succeed and struggle, but they can be healthy when they're doing it.
It's important information to think of now before it sets in. Thank you for those guidelines. Heather always is on the ground helping families and couples connect more deeply. If you want to connect with her, you can go to our website, studio5.ksl.com.